Commissioner Julius Mkhwanazi walks into the Madlanga Commission, and by the end of the morning, he has agreed the document he acted on was fake. A police clearance certificate issued in the name of Mr. Matlala, sent to him not by the police, but by a private security man named Mike. And SAPS has now sworn under oath that the transaction number doesn't reconcile, the inquiry number doesn't exist, and the signature, quote, appears to have been forged. The man that certificate was supposed to clear: 2 convictions for housebreaking and theft, 4 years imprisonment per count. And Mkhwanazi's answer to the commission: I agree because I can't contest that. He tells the commission he never verified it, never went to SAPS, never checked. And when a card is produced carrying both the EMPD logo and the Anubis logo with his own name and rank on it, his reply to Mike was 3 words: please guide me. The chairperson doesn't hold back. That's very difficult to understand and believe. Nothing here is a conviction. These are answers given under oath before a commission, and you are about to hear them in his own words. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss part 2. Let's go inside.
If you want me to write formally and consult and respond, you see, I will do so, and I will request to consult so that I write something that will to the commission, because I know the commission doesn't have time to wait for us. They are under pressure. With time, I will do so, Chair.
Thank you, thank you. Yes, Ms.
Yes, Chair. Yesterday we had witness K, who testified in partial camera, and witness K referred to that event. And in summary, her evidence was that it was under the direction and instance of Commissioner Mkhwanazi. As soon as witness K completed her testimony, the short statement and annexures were immediately made available to Mr. Mkhwanazi yesterday, and they form part of his exhibit bundle as CJC 320. I would submit that in light of the position that Commissioner Mkhwanazi had assumed as regards that incident, and the fact that witness K was located thanks to the statement of Ms. Kilani Stalls, that's where her name arises, and the fact that Commissioner Mkhwanazi testified that he mandated the team to go there within the context of a joint operation with, I think, if I get the Traffic General Maseko, I apologize if I get the rank wrong. This is a version of somebody who was a part of the same operation. The statement is 6 pages, if memory serves me well. It is very short, concise, and it contains facts that Commissioner Mkhwanazi was able to digest and appreciate yesterday. I wanted to place that version to Commissioner Mkhwanazi and to obtain his comment thereon. Now, it can go either one of 2 ways. Either Commissioner Mkhwanazi outright denies that witness K was part of the operation. He denies that the operation was undertaken in the manner as described by witness K, or he may admit. There is not much scope for debate or contradiction there. It's the one version against the other. So to the question that the chair placed to Commissioner Mkhwanazi as to what exactly he is asking for, I'm not sure I am clear. Because even if he were given an opportunity to submit a statement, he would either frankly admit or deny what witness K testified to. Secondly, to the extent that he may be inclined to deny, I would have wanted to engage Commissioner Mkhwanazi on witness K's annexure, which is a series of WhatsApp messages exchanged between Commissioner Mkhwanazi's member, Officer Kilani Stalls, and witness K herself. This happens in the context of 2 statements that were submitted by Commissioner Mkhwanazi, firstly to IPID during the investigation of this incident, and secondly, the supplementary statement that he submitted to the Commission in April 2026. So, Chair, perhaps if I understood better exactly.
That are having those criminal records. It was all about that. If I'm not mistaken, if I remember very well.
So you received that certificate, and did you accept it? And did made whatever preparations to have Mr. Matlala registered with EMPD as a Peace Corps?
Not only Mr. Matlala, to all the guys that wanted to be part of the program.
But specifically, you accepted that clearance certificate?
Yes, I think the two guys that were, when they say black guy, I think it was him and another white guy.
Are you able to distinguish between a fraudulent and a real clearance certificate?
No, I don't work with this thing. I know nothing about them.
So you could be given any document headed clearance certificate and you'll accept it?
But with them, that team that was able to detect, I don't think they're able, because they don't work with sapS. We are in EMPD, not in sapS. You can't determine, you can't clarify, you can't approve any sapS document, and you can't detect that it's the fraudulent or it's not the fraudulent.
Do you satisfy yourself that it is not fraudulent before you act upon it?
Do I?
Yes.
No, I was not the one who was working with. Mine, it was to submit the way I got it from Mike. You see, it was them to take and everything. But as I see it, I couldn't tell that is it correct or not, because I've never in my life even seen the correct one and this one. In fact, I've never seen a clearance document except this document in my life.
I asked because you recall in our last engagement, you explained that you had come up with this idea of establishing a cohort of peace officers.
Yes, you're correct.
We looked at the law, you recall, the Criminal Procedure Act, to try and determine what is a peace officer and what are their powers. You remember that engagement?
You are correct, you're correct.
As I understand your communication with Mr. Van Wyk, this document is submitted to you to indicate that Mr. Matlala has got a clearance certificate from sapS to enable you to process him for that purpose. Do you appreciate that?
Yes.
So you are saying that you are unable to determine or to verify that the certificate is real or not, and upon mere receipt you proceed and you prepare Mr. Matlala to be registered as a police officer, a peace officer for the EMPD. Is that what you're saying?
Let me repeat what I've said before and what I'm saying now. It's that all the people that, like in EMPD, all the people that were done fingerprints, it was two black people, it was two people, a white and a black person. That's how we were able to detect through fingerprints of sapS. We were doing fingerprint with sapS, that it was true. Then it was said, let them get, I think when I communicated with the team, they said they must get a clearance certificate. And that certificate that was forwarded to us. Then with us, we're not a specialist of this document. We can't prove that it is the correct or it is not the correct one. It's only SAP that can prove that, not us as EMPD.
And what would your attitude to the document be if you are told that the document is fraudulent?
Because I've already read the statement yesterday in affidavit, I will agree with that affidavit because it comes from sapS. Now I'm at another advantage or another stage because yesterday I was able to read the document and affidavit that comes from sapS that says it is a fraudulent. But again, she's also saying that affidavit, it may look like it is exactly one because even with SAPS too, but that one at least, that person is a specialist. You see, to a person who doesn't know, it may look like it is an original linear statement, you see, but it is not the original, you see. And my answer is that because I read it yesterday, you see, that is not, it is a fraudulent document. I agree because I can't contest that. I agree with that because she's a specialist. She's working with these documents.
And
I'm saying I'm agreeing with you because I read it yesterday. It says
the third line, the application for police clearance certificates gets assigned a unique reference number.
Sorry, you're saying third line, paragraph 1.
I am 310. Are you at page 310?
Yes, page 310, yes.
Yes, 310.
Yes.
That paragraph starts with that page with the words, the police clearance certificate dated 13 December 21.
Yes, yes.
Okay, now I've skipped to the third line, which would be the second sentence there. That starts with the words, the application for police clearance certificate. Do you see that?
Yes.
So it says, the deponent here says that that document gets assigned a unique reference number upon registration and a unique transaction number on printing of the certificate. The inquiry number and the transaction number must link to one police clearance certificate at all times. At paragraph 6, it continues to state that the PCC, that's a police clearance certificate, purportedly issued to Mr. Matlala, has a discrepancy with regard to the unique transaction number and the inquiry number, which do not reconcile to a specific police clearance certificate in question. The unique transaction number is linked to a different inquiry number, which has been allocated to a police clearance certificate issued to somebody dated 19 August 2021. Do you see that?
Yes.
At paragraph 7, it continues the inquiry number stated on the fraudulent PCC purported to have been issued to Mr. Matlala does not exist, nor relate to transaction number as specified. This implies that the South African Police Service SAPS did not receive the specific request from Mr. Matlala to issue a PCC. Therefore, the PCC with that inquiry number and transaction number was not issued by SAPS. The signature of the fraudulent PCC appears to have been forged, although there are some features that resemble those of the authorized person. It continues at 8 that it can be confirmed that Mr. Matlala applied around the period in question for a PCC with a specific inquiry number, which was issued on 01/06/2021, and a police clearance report with Springs Local Criminal Record Center inquiry number as stated, issued on 15 December 2021, whereby the two criminal convictions, the two Sinovel cases recorded on his name were reflecting on the aforesaid documents. Mr. Matlala previously applied for police clearance certificate with stated inquiry numbers issued on 4th of July 2017. And that document and those documents reflected the previous convictions that he held. It continues at paragraph 10, Mr. Matlala's convictions for two offenses of housebreaking and theft, states there, gives their details, sentenced to 4 years imprisonment per count, and the court further ordered that 2 years imprisonment imposed on charge 2 run concurrently with the sentence imposed on charge 1 in terms of section 280 of the CPA. At 11, it is further stated that the criminal report was issued on 29/01/2018 with that inquiry number for a firearm to Central Firearm Register of Division, Visible Policing, to proceed with the application process. And this office does not have a role to approve or reject issuing of firearm license. And lastly, at paragraph 12, it states, on 27 March 2026, the city manager of Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Municipality was informed about the fraudulent PCC in case it was utilized for bidding processes. Now, that affidavit tells us that based on a number of factors, that document is fraudulent. You say firstly, you have no ability to determine whether or not the document is real or fraudulent, correct?
Yes.
You say you took no steps to verify that the document is indeed valid, either by engaging SAPS or the issuer of that document to satisfy yourself that it is not fraudulent. You didn't take those steps.
Yes, but as I've said, that even the document says that this document or this clearance certificate, it may look like it is valid. You see, and again, when you look at it, it's having SAPS stamps and everything, and it's coming from Pretoria headquarters and everything, you see. I think the team there, when they checked it, they saw our powers are limited, as I've said, that to fingerprints. If the fingerprints say no, if they jump the process of fingerprint, it was going to be the other process. If they registered or they allowed those people with criminal records without taking them through SAPS fingerprint, it was going to be
Card on the 16th of April 2026, and I'm going to project the relevant portion of the transcript where we deal with this card. It's page 152. It will be from about line 16.
Do you have that document?
It's going to be projected as I read it to you.
No, my word with you. You only show something that is favoring you. It will be wise to see the conversation, because you are saying it's a transcript. The transcript can be one paragraph or one sentence.
I'll scroll in any direction you'd want me to give context. Okay. Now, if we are at page 152 at the top there.
152.
152 as on the screen. It starts with Commissioner Mkhwanazi, yes, yes. You see on the left of the transcript, there are numbers. There will be 10, 20, and the like. Do you see that?
Wait.
On the left of the document, there is a small number.
Yes.
I'm trying to help us navigate our way through. You see that number 10 there?
10, yes.
Okay. Now, when that indicates that the 10th line in the transcript. So I will refer to it to try and help us locate ourselves. So at that, just 3 lines above that, I say, and if I could ask us to go to page 67 of the bundle. You see that? And then
67, yeah.
Yes. Where it says Advocate Sello, and if I could ask us to go to page 67. And then the Commissioner Baloyi thanks me, and then I turn to you to ask you whether you have located the exhibit. You say yes. And at about line 16, you see where it says again, Advocate Sello. I say, now this is a card that reads Specialized Services for Inquiries, referred to EMPD Brigadier J.D. Mkhwanazi with a number. You see that? You say yes. I say, on the left-hand side is the logo for EMPD, if I see it correctly, and on the right is Anubis. Now you can skip the rest, you confirm, yes, you see that. Then I say, now, this is a card that reflects sort of a joint venture or approval of joint operations under the names of both EMPD and Anubis. And it directs whoever is given the card to make any further inquiries to you. You produce that card, did you not? You say no. I ask, who produced that card? And you say, I really do not know, because even the numbers here, I do not know these. Then you can skip to about line 17 there. You say, and we cannot produce this thing because let me say, I do not know this. So that was our engagement last time. You denied any knowledge of.
No, you are correct. I even said that the numbers, my number, my office number is not this number. The number that I was given, I'm still having the same number. It's for 10 years now, more than that. It's the number that you are getting. You are correct.
So now the WhatsApp messages show us that card was shared with you by Mr. Van Wyk. You asked for guidance. He gave you the guidance, and he says it's for the officers to use to show that they have an association with EMPD when they are stopped. And then there is no further, you do not dispute that such a card could be issued or that it cannot be issued.
No, I dispute it.
No, I'm saying in your...
But you would not know that you are taking issue with the wrong number or anything like that. You simply say, please guide me. So my question stands, what sort of guidance were you expecting from him?
Yes, about this card. What type of a card? How is it going to work? What do you want us to work?
From his side, he has shown you what he is suggesting should be used in the meantime. You ask for guidance. What guidance?
I think I'm losing you.
No, it's a very simple question.
Yes, it's a simple question.
You have just, for example, now given what are a lot of what's with regard to the sort of guidance you wanted. He would not have known that you had a lot of what's if you did not communicate those to him. So it's on that basis that I say, in the face of something that he has shown you, what guidance? Because all you say is, please guide me.
Yes, you're correct.
So without more, what guidance did you expect him to give you? If you simply said, please guide me. He has shown you what he's suggesting should be done in the meantime, or so long, as he says. And you say, please guide me. What sort of guidance did you expect from him?
Thank you, Commissioner. I think if I get to now is that how does he want this card to work and how does he want this card to operate? You see, again, on the background that I'll be having whatever that I had in my mind. You see.
So you had no problem at
That's
all
right.
with the card itself?
No, Commissioner. If I didn't have a problem, I was going to say yes, I agree. You see, for the method
But the converse is also that if you had a problem, you should have told him that directly or categorically. You can't just say, oh, okay, he says, here's what I'm suggesting, we should use so long. Do you agree? That's the substance of what he was saying. And all you say is, please guide me. If you suggest that you were not agreeing with what he had put together, one would have expected you to say, EMPD does not do such cards, doesn't use such cards. One would have expected you to raise that categorically with him. You did not. All you say is, please guide me. So why did you not raise it categorically then? If your stance, as I understand it to be, as you sit there now, if your stance was that EMPD does not use this, so basically you are disagreeing that this is something that could ever be considered. Why did you not say that to him?
But when you look at the other conversation, Commissioner, I've said, let me come and see you. In those engagements, when I met with him, I explained.
But
After the advice,
in the face of something that has logos and has text in black and white, all you say is to seek guidance. That's what I don't understand. If in your head you already knew that this is simply not doable, EMPD does not do this, why not say that categorically?
But Chairperson, there's nothing wrong if I come to, even if I don't say now, but coming to and explaining to you that this is not doable. There's nothing wrong about that. That's why I went to see him.
But that's already in response to the voice note.
Remember,
that's in response to the voice note.
After that voice note, I've said, you are correct, Chairperson. Let me come and see so that I can explain everything. How does this thing work?
One would have expected you to take issue there and then once this business card was sent to you. Why wait for? Why ask for guidance on something that you know will never work? Why not simply say this will never work? EMPD doesn't do any such thing.
If you say so, Chair, I think the approach that I took, maybe it's not the one that was satisfying. You see, I took a different approach because
which was seeking to achieve what? Because you
From my
know
side.
that you know that EMPD doesn't use this at all. So it would never have worked. You should simply have said, this cannot work. We do not do this as EMPD.
And I've engaged him. I told him that, Chair.
Sorry?
I went to him. I told him that, Chair. We met with Mike. That's why this didn't materialize.
You see, the problem is we do not know, we do not have objective material to establish what was exchanged between you and him. What objective material here, what we have, does not seem to suggest that that was the approach you were taking. You are asking for guidance on something you know will never work. So it doesn't make sense to me why you did not simply say, this will never work. That's my difficulty.
No, I hear you, Chair.
Now on the side, you are speaking on the side, there's nothing objective that we can see for ourselves. And you want us to believe that in those discussions, about which we have nothing objective to assess for ourselves, you did actually say, no, this will never work. It's never done at the EMPD. That's very difficult to understand and believe.
Chair, this didn't materialize.
Sorry?
This didn't materialize. For the mere fact that we don't have...
It may not have materialized, but not necessarily because of what you said, because if your attitude throughout was what you tell us now,